An exciting day in fall camp when you get to announce your captains for the upcoming season. This senior group we've talked a lot about, 23 guys, a lot of worthy candidates, but proud to announce on the offensive side, Tommy Mellott again is the captain. A tremendous honor to be a multi-year captain like Tommy has been, and then two offensive linemen, Justus Perkins and Marcus Wehr, are both going to be captains as well. On the defensive side, two repeat guys, and Brody Grebe and Uluilakepa, and then a first-time captain in Rylan Ortt. So really feel good about this group's ability to lead this team. I think even the example that they've set throughout their careers speaks for itself, speaks volumes, and really feel good with the head of our leadership being those six guys. Not to say that the remaining seniors, some underclassmen, won't contribute big time on the leadership side of things, but I'm proud to announce them today.
Five of those guys are Montana natives. What does that mean to your program and to the leadership of the in-state guys?
Yeah, I think we've talked about it going back to the spring and putting Brody in that 41, how many capable guys there were to be able to get that opportunity. So I think this reflects the same thing, that we got a deep group of in-state guys that obviously chose Montana State going back to 18 and 19 to start their journey. They've found a home in Montana State. They've made Bobcat football a real priority, and I think Bobcat football has given them a lot as well. And that's five high quality gentlemen. They're all great students, exemplary off the field, all that stuff. And then you throw in Danny, who happens to be an out-of-stater guy. It's a really good group as far as how they handle themselves on and off the field.
Several of those guys are, I guess, repeat captains. About them that they've kind of been able to have that consistent leadership.
Yeah, I think a little bit speaks to the makeup of our group last year. We had a low senior group. We had this combined group of fourth and fifth and sixth year guys that were juniors and seniors. So maybe they were part of that pool a little bit differently last year. But it does speak to, Tommy, Brody, Danny, all really coming onto the scene early in their careers and showing that they had that kind of ability beyond their physical ability. And anytime you're a multi-year captain, I think that speaks to who you've been for quite a long time. And it's unusual in my experience to have this many returners, but I think it's a great place for this particular group to be.
Two offensive linemen. I think it's first in your time here. So just what were your thoughts on you guys?
Yeah, I think that's great. That's the biggest group first off, and those guys are obviously the ones that do the dirty work probably more than anybody, and that's not just out in that field. So for two of those guys to get recognized, I think that means a lot. The makeup of last year's group in particular, probably those guys were all underclassmen candidates. So none of those guys got positioned to be captains. They were probably, both Justus and Marcus, I would suggest, were kind of right on the doorstep last year. So, to have some recognized team leaders in that offensive line group, I think, it's not doesn't guarantee us anything, but I think it's a great place for that group to start.
Justus being, I think, the only Bozeman grad of the six, and then obviously suffering the injury recently. I guess just thoughts on him being here for so long, being a starter for so long.
Yeah, he's been a rock obviously, and his opportunity came about in 21 when Cole Sane went down. About this time that year as we were preparing for Wyoming. So, right now the tables have turned a little bit. Cole's back in there, but Justus has been steady, and he's beyond being steady and being out there. He's continued to improve. So the respect he's garnered from his teammates, I think is awesome. And I look at this group. I mean, Justus, Rylan Ortt, they're both walk-ons. And when you ascend from being a walk-on to a captain beyond the starting and all that, and that's just an awesome story, for those guys and coming in betting on themselves, and then not only playing a whole bunch, but then becoming true leaders on this team and examples for all our guys up and down that roster that are fighting for their way.